For years, I kept chasing the perfect amplifier. Every upgrade felt exciting at first. More power, cleaner sound, better detail. And every time, I thought this would finally be the one. But after a few weeks, the excitement always faded, and I found myself searching again. That's when I realized something important. The perfect amplifier isn't about price, specs, or hype. It's about finding something that truly matches your setup, your room, and the way you enjoy music. And after years of testing amplifiers and constantly upgrading, I finally found the amp that made me stop focusing on equipment and start enjoying music again. Headphone. So in this video, I'll explain what changed my mind, what I learned from years in the audio world, and why the perfect amplifier might not be what most people expect. Sony STR DH190. The Sony STR DH190 stereo receiver is one of those amplifiers that quietly proves what a perfect amplifier actually means in the real world, and it's probably not what most audiophiles expect. When people imagine the perfect amp, they think of something expensive, heavy, and packed with high-end components, but the STR DH190 takes a completely different approach. It focuses on simplicity, usability, and real-world performance, and that's exactly why it works so well. With around 100 watts per channel, it has more than enough power to drive most speakers comfortably, delivering a clean and balanced sound that fills a room without distortion. What makes it feel perfect isn't that it does everything. It's that it does the right things. You get Bluetooth for easy wireless streaming, a dedicated phono input for vinyl lovers, and multiple analog inputs to connect different devices, all in a setup that anyone can use without confusion. This means you're not constantly tweaking settings or worrying about complex configurations. You just turn it on and enjoy your music. And honestly, that's something a lot of high-end gear forgets. In terms of sound, the STR DH190 delivers exactly what most people actually need: clean, clear, and enjoyable audio. It doesn't try to impress with exaggerated bass or ultra-sharp detail. Instead, it gives you a natural presentation that works well across different genres. Whether you're streaming music from your phone or playing vinyl, it keeps things consistent and easy to listen to for long sessions. And in a normal room setup, the difference between this and much more expensive amplifiers becomes surprisingly small for most listeners. This is where the idea of a perfect amp really changes. Because perfection isn't about chasing the last 5% of performance. It's about having a system that works effortlessly and sounds great every time you use it. The STR DH190 shows that you don't need to spend thousands to reach that point. In fact, for many people, this level of performance already feels complete. It also highlights something important. Balance matters more than price. Pair this amp with the right speakers and placement, and you can get an incredible listening experience. But even the most expensive amplifier won't sound good in a poor setup. That's the part most people overlook while chasing upgrades. So when you look at the Sony STR DH190 in the context of finding the perfect amplifier, it becomes less about specs and more about experience. It's reliable, easy to use, powerful enough for most setups, and delivers sound that people genuinely enjoy. And in many cases, that's exactly what perfect really means. Not the most expensive option, but the one that fits your needs so well that you stop thinking about upgrading and just start enjoying your music. Denon PMA 900 HNE. The Denon PMA 900 HNE integrated amplifier is one of those amplifiers that truly shows what a modern perfect amplifier looks like, and honestly, it's not just about sound anymore, it's about the entire experience. Unlike traditional amps that focus only on analog performance, this one blends power, musicality, and smart features into a single unit. With its advanced high current design, it delivers around 50 W per channel at 8 ohms and up to 85 W at 4 ohms, giving it enough strength to drive most speakers with ease while maintaining control and clarity. But what really makes it stand out is how effortlessly it handles everything: vinyl, digital sources, and even streaming, all without needing extra devices. This is where it starts to feel perfect for a lot of people. It comes with HEOS built-in, meaning you can stream music directly through Wi-Fi, use AirPlay 2, Bluetooth, or connect to multiple rooms without extra gear. So instead of building a complicated system with separate streamers, DACs, and amps, this becomes a one-box solution that does everything smoothly. And that's a huge deal, because in real life, convenience plays a massive role, in how much you actually enjoy your setup. If something is easy to use, you'll use it more, and that's what this amp understands really well. When it comes to sound, the PMA 900 HNE leans toward a slightly warm, smooth, and musical presentation, which is classic Denon style. Vocals feel natural, instruments don't sound harsh, and the overall listening experience is relaxed, but still detailed enough to keep things interesting. It's not trying to be overly analytical or aggressive. Instead, it focuses on making music enjoyable for long sessions. And for most people, that balance between clarity and comfort is exactly what they're looking for in a perfect amplifier. What also makes this amp important for your topic is how it reflects a shift in modern audio. In the past, a perfect amp meant pure analog performance. But today, it means integration plus usability plus sound quality together. This amp gives you phono input for vinyl, digital inputs for TV and other devices, high-resolution audio support up to 192 kHz/24-bit, and wireless streaming, all in one clean system. That means you're not constantly upgrading or adding components. You already have everything you need. And that's why, in the context of finding the perfect amplifier, the Denon PMA 900 HNE stands out. It's not about being the most powerful or the most expensive. It's about being the most complete. It fits into real homes, real setups, and real lifestyles. It sounds great, works effortlessly, and removes the need to keep chasing upgrades. And when an amplifier reaches that point, where you stop thinking about what's missing and just enjoy your music, that's when it truly starts to feel Yamaha AS501. After years of trying different amplifiers, upgrading setups, and honestly wasting a lot of money chasing perfect sound, I finally found something that just works, and that's the Yamaha S501 integrated amplifier. What surprised me the most wasn't just how good it sounds, but how balanced and effortless everything feels. For a long time, I believed the hype that better sound always meant spending more. I went through multiple amps, some cheaper, some way more expensive, and each time I expected a huge upgrade. But instead, what I noticed was that the differences were often subtle, sometimes even negligible in real listening situations. Then I tried the Yamaha AS501, and it didn't try to impress with flashy features or exaggerated sound. It just delivered clean, powerful, and natural audio that made music enjoyable again. The bass is tight and controlled, the mids are clear and detailed, and the highs are smooth without being harsh. It doesn't color the sound too much, which means you hear your music the way it's supposed to be heard. Another thing that really stood out to me is how versatile and practical this amplifier is. It has a built-in DAC, which means you can connect digital sources directly without needing extra gear. There's also a phono input for vinyl, so whether you're into modern streaming or old-school records, it handles both without any issues. The build quality feels solid and premium, with that classic Yamaha design that just looks clean and timeless. But what really changed my perspective is how this amp made me realize that chasing perfect gear is often the wrong approach. Instead of constantly upgrading, I started focusing more on my speakers, room setup, and how I actually listen to music, and that made a much bigger difference than any amplifier upgrade ever did. Over time, I stopped thinking about specs and started paying attention to the experience. And that's where the Yamaha AS501 shines. It doesn't try to be the most expensive or the most hyped. It just gets the job done really well. Even at higher volumes, it stays composed and controlled without distortion or fatigue. Whether I'm listening to acoustic tracks, vocals, or heavy bass music, it handles everything with consistency. And honestly, that's what most people are looking for. They just don't realize it because they get caught up in the audiophile mindset of always needing more. This amplifier made me step back and realize that perfect sound isn't about spending thousands of dollars. It's about finding something that fits your setup and lets you enjoy your music without constantly thinking about upgrades. At the end of the day, after years of experimenting, comparing, and upgrading, I finally found an amplifier that made me stop searching. And that says a lot. The Yamaha AS501 might not be the most expensive option out there, but it proves that you don't need to spend a fortune to get truly satisfying sound. If anything, it's a reminder that sometimes the best upgrade isn't buying something new. It's realizing that what you already have is more than enough. So after years of chasing better sound, I finally realized something simple. The perfect amplifier isn't the most expensive one. It's the one that makes you forget about upgrading completely. The one that lets you stop analyzing every tiny detail and simply enjoy your music. Because real hi-fi isn't about endless upgrades or giant price tags. It's about building a system that connects you to the music you love. And honestly, once you reach that point, everything changes. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to BuySite for more real, no-hype audio content. Because at the end of the day, the best amplifier is the one that makes you want to keep listening.